6 minutes after 11 o'clock. I was looking for the song, Let's Talk About Sex, Baby. Remember that song? Let's Talk About Sex, Baby.
Yeah.
I was going to use that,
like
song
that song
for our next segment. Dr. Dudley Danoff is on the phone. He's the founder and president of the Cedars-Sinai Tower Urology Medical Group in Los Angeles. He's been a guest of ours before. He is a urologist to many of the Hollywood stars. He's the recipient of national and international honors, the senior attending urologist at the Saban Los Angeles Free Clinic. I might have mispronounced that word, Saban. And he's a best-selling author. He's on the phone with us to talk about 3 sexy ideas for celebrating Valentine's Day. And it says here that they're good for our health. Let's find out what they are. I have a feeling it's got to do with sex, baby. I think so. I'm not really sure. Good morning, doctor. How are you?
Good morning, Larry. I'm doing well out here in Los Angeles.
Oh, you got good weather today, don't you?
Yeah, isn't it beautiful? My goodness, very unseasonably warm.
Is that right? It's nice today, but the rest of the country, I think Florida and Southern California have it the best right now. Maybe Hawaii, too. I don't know.
I got the report from Hawaii.
You do? Do you know somebody there?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to go out to dinner last night with a doctor friend of mine. We sit down at dinner. The guy doesn't show up. I'm calling him on his cell phone. Finally, we reach him after dinner. He said, well, I'm in Hawaii. I had it down. Our date was for next month.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Smiling all the way to Hawaii. Taking his wife there for Valentine's Day.
Oh, how nice.
Well, there you go. Do you know, there's an interesting difference, I think, sexually when it comes to love and romance between men and women, the difference between men and women. I mean, we engage in the same act, but we look at it differently, don't we? Sex can be a loving thing, or it can be just a physical act, and I don't really quite understand why that is, but it seems like for women it's always a loving thing, and for men it can be loving, or it can be, I'm just going to go to the lady down the road, take care of this, and I'll be on my way.
Well, I think there's a lot of truth in what you say. Valentine's Day is coming up, and I always say that the greatest aphrodisiac is love. Love itself, not some goat gonad or rhinoceros horn, but no magic wiffle dust, just love.
Yeah.
And I think women tend to be more romantic. I think a man is looking for. I often say he started his life coming out of a vagina and then spends the rest of his life trying to get back into one.
I love that.
Well, I think as a practicing urologist, I think there's some truth in that.
Yeah, that is funny. So we have some ideas for Valentine's Day. These are romantic, sexy, or both?
Well, I think romance and sex go hand in hand. There are many, many ideas. The ones that come to mind today are, think of something new and fresh. Be kind and gentle. Mm-hmm. And don't let boredom enter the bedroom. So those are 3 good ones to start.
Okay, let's talk about the boredom part. What do you do if it's starting to be boring?
Well, there's an old experiment, a very interesting experiment. If you take a male mouse and a female mouse in heat, and you put them in a cage, the male mouse will mount the female mouse with longer and longer refractory periods until the poor male mouse is totally physically exhausted. And then you take that little lady mouse out of the mouse cage, and you paint her with a new mouse color and spray her with a fresh and new mouse perfume, and you put it back in the cage, and the male mouse begins to mount her almost from square one. Now, I think it's both true in the mouse experiment and in human beings as well.
Really? So get your wife a wig? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, get your wife. Do as my friend did. Take her to sunny Hawaii.
A new place, a new circumstance.
A new place. That's right.
Well, we were talking about places this morning. We had the top, 15 romantic, places to be for Valentine's Day in our community here. And so we were talking about that, and some of them seemed kind of weird, like the railroad station.
The train station seems romantic to me, though. I like that.
So CC Robert agrees with that one.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Well, as long as it's not the the phone booth behind the 7-Eleven with the glass door. That'd be okay.
Well, and that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking this has got to be about picnics, not necessarily about sex. Well, except for, I think one of them was a hotel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them had a
It was
hotel.
a hotel.
Yeah. In fact, I think the number one had it was a restaurant at the top of a hotel.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why it's number one.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. All right.
One-stop
Well, I
shop.
mean, it is difficult, especially in longer relationships. It is very difficult to keep it fresh and keep it new and keep anger and frustration out of the bedroom, compartmentalize it. If you had a tough day in the office or at work or on the farm or with your kids, you've got to put that in a little box, put it outside the bedroom door, compartmentalize it. Anxiety, anger, all of those things in the bedroom are a definite no-no.
And you brought up children, so there should be like date nights and things like that, and either the man or the woman arrange for a babysitter or to be off at the in-laws' place, to spend the night so the couple can have their alone time. That's pretty important.
Absolutely, and I think, even young children can understand, look, mommy and daddy do things for you. Now you've got to do something for mommy and daddy. And, we know you want us to be around, but this is the way it's going to be. And it is really, truly amazing, and I speak from considerable experience. It really works. You've got to communicate. I mean, that's another thing I would certainly emphasize for Valentine's Day, this ability to communicate. I mean, if a woman has a feeling, this annoys me, don't do it that way, do this, do that, and she doesn't communicate that to her partner, I think that's a real problem in a relationship. So communication is right up there with love.
Do you know where they communicate a lot in the mainstream is with stand-up comics? Amy Schumer is one recent one who is very upfront, and you can actually, if you listen between the jokes, you can sort of get an understanding of, oh, women don't like that, because us guys we're so stupid. We'll look at something in a man's magazine or a film, and we'll think, oh, women must like that, and then but we don't know that they don't.
Well, of course. I mean, and all of the porno films and some of the things in the sexy magazines, I mean, it's all trick lighting. It's all feather dusted. I mean, it isn't reality. And men being much more visual about sex than women, believe sometimes that it is. So they confuse what they see, what they hear on the playground, on the street corner, in a porno film, in a sex magazine, confuse that with reality, and it has nothing to do with reality.
Well, you talk about aphrodisiacs and love potions and how they're not really what the movie world makes them out to be.
Is there such a
Well,
thing?
there isn't any. I mean, look, we have the Viagra, Cialis, Levitra of the world. Those drugs are a class of drugs called 5-PDE inhibitors. They increase blood flow. So those are drugs of performance. They're not drugs of desire. So those will enhance performance by increasing blood flow, but have nothing to do with libido or desire. So they're sometimes identified as, quote, love pills, but they really aren't. They're performance pills. And they have revolutionized sexuality, particularly in older men. And they're great pills. I mean, it's a billion-dollar industry. They're extremely safe to take, except in rare instances where they're not. And that's good stuff out there.
Doctor,
There's a great idea. I just thought of it, Larry.
What is it?
Let the men treat themselves to a little Viagra or Cialis on Valentine's Day.
There you go.
It might bring us, unfortunately, they're very expensive. I don't have stock in the company, but they're very
Yeah. All right, let's take a little break. Dr. Dudley Danoff is on the phone. By the way, if you have the nerve and you want to ask a question, he is a great resource. If you have a sexual question, the number is 622-9622. We'll take a break and be right back with Dr. Danoff.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine for today and quite pleasant, the high 72 to 76. Clear to partly cloudy Friday night, low 50 to 54. For Saturday, mostly sunny and a bit cooler, the highs in the 60s. For Sunday, a mix of clouds and sun, but there may be a shower in spots along the coast, the high 62 to 66. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
The Women's Veterans Health Fair will be happening on Saturday, February 20th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Ocala VA Clinic at the Cascades Office Complex at 1515 East Silver Springs Boulevard right here in Ocala. The Women's Veterans Health Fair. Don't miss it. If you'd like more information, give a call to 352-369-3320. That's 369-3320 for the Women's Veterans Health Fair at the Ocala VA Clinic in the Cascades, February 20th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. All right, 17 minutes after 11 o'clock, 2 days from today is Valentine's Day. Get something for you, sweetie. Don't forget to do that. It's important. And Dr. Dudley Danoff is on the phone with us to maybe give us some advice on how we can make Valentine's night a little bit more exciting. Doctor, the book is called The Ultimate Guide to Male Sexual Health. Is that the same book that used to be called Penis Power, or is it a different book?
It is. It has a lot of the same elements. But how much can you say about male sexual health? So there are a lot of things that are the same. It's updated. We talk a lot about robotic surgery and some medical advancements in the treatment of prostate cancer. But many of the ideas are the same. We have the penis personalities. You know, the man is the same in the bedroom as he is in the boardroom. If he's a jerk in the bedroom, he's usually a jerk in the boardroom. And so there's a lot of the same, as we say, shtick in the book, but it is new and it's fresh, and it's interesting. We found a big pushback in the mainstream press with the use of the word penis in the title of the book, Penis Power. Yeah. And I always get up when I do my radio and TV stuff, and I say, penis is not a pejorative word. The penis to the urologist is what the stomach is to the gastroenterologist.
That's it, yeah.
Or what the heart to the cardiologist. A body part. This is the 21st century. Get over it. And it's really, here's Beverly Hills' favorite urologist, an author of Penis Power on television, and the whole audience giggles. So why are you giggling?
Do you know what I want to ask you about? There's a phenomenon right now. I'm older than I'm 61, just so you know. So this wasn't something that happened when we were kids, but people will send to each other. Well, men will send to women pictures of their penises. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you've heard. Yeah, Robin knows what they're called. So do I.
Okay. It's the ultimate selfie, right?
Okay, it is a selfie.
Right.
Okay, now, but here's my thought about this. My cat used to bring in squirrels into the house, dead squirrels, and leave them for me. And it was like a gift. And she probably thought, I love dead squirrels. I know you're going to love this too. So I'm thinking it's the same thing. Like, a man loves to look at pictures of a woman, but a woman doesn't necessarily like to look at the pictures of the men. But somehow these guys don't get that. Am I right or wrong about that?
Well, I don't exactly. I'm not a psychotherapist. I'm a mainstream urologist, so I don't know what I don't know what in the world would possess a man to take a picture of his penis and send it to some woman. I mean, she'd say, that one looks uglier than most.
But you would think it would do the exact opposite of what he wants it to do.
I guess so. I guess, penis looks best in the dark. It's interesting.
That's the name of your next book.
It's really an interesting observation, Larry. If you go to a women's strip club, you'll see totally nude women or, essentially nude women. If you go to a strip club, a men's strip club, you will never ever see a guy expose his penis in a strip club.
Really?
And there must be a reason for that. There's some beauty in a well-shaped woman, and I find very little beauty in a penis. I mean, except for my own, and when I look at it, it's marvelous. I've seen more penises than can fill the Rose Bowl. I can tell you, there's nothing glamorous about it.
Celebrity ones,
all right.
too.
So we
probably the same as
celebrity ones. Yeah, that is a.
Yeah, they say they put their pants on one leg at a time, Barry, just the way we do.
All right, it says here you have 3 sexy ideas for celebrating Valentine's Day. Let's see what they are.
Well, I think at the top of the program, aphrodisiac. I mean, love is the first. Keep it fresh and keep it new.
Okay.
I mean, there's a long list. Try something different and communicate. I mean, but there are 10 sexy things that you can do.
But see, where do you get the different ideas from? So if you go to like a men's website or something like that, you might get ideas that she's going to say, don't even think about that.
Yeah, I think a man is better served by going to a woman's website.
Yes.
Let the girls tell the guys what the girls like.
That's it, yes.
That's the key. Don't listen to what the guys want.
I think
Wham,
you're right.
Bam, thank you, man.
Well, shouldn't the guys have what they want to sometimes within reason? I mean, from the women, it's not just all about the woman. Shouldn't the guy have a good time?
Absolutely, and that falls under the category of communication. And I think if a man says, this is what I like, or this is the way I like it, and it's reasonable and it's safe, I often say the difference between professional wrestling and sex between two lovers is in sex between lovers there are no holds, HOLDS, barred.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I am behind closed doors. Consenting adults, anything goes as long as you practice safe sex. And, that's from a practicing urologist. That includes HIV, AIDS, STDs, everything that's out there. So safe sex, anything goes between two consenting adults.
Right.
And we were told by your publicist that February is National Condom Month and Sunday, Valentine's Day, is National Condom Day. I think it would be fun if, you would give a dozen roses plus maybe a dozen condom packages. That would be nice, right?
Yeah. Preferably, flavored condoms.
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go to the phone. Good morning. You're on the air with Dr. Danoff.
Yes, good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
These males that have a sex change operations and lose their penis, how do they have orgasm without a penis?
Well,
Good idea.
you actually, if you lose the tip of your penis, which has all the sensory nerve fibers, which are needed for a orgasm, you can't. Now, if you do a penis amputation or a conversion, the way you have to do it is try to preserve the tip of the penis, which then acts like a clitoris. And basically, a clitoris is has all of the attributes and physiology and anatomy of a male penis, except it doesn't have a hole in it. So, if they don't preserve the glands, the tip of the penis in that operation, the transgender person cannot have an orgasm.
You got to fake it like the rest of the women.
Some of the time.
All right, do I have another phone call? The phone number is 622-9622 if you want to call in. Hold on, I see another one coming in. Good morning. You're on the air with Dr. Danoff.
Well, first of all, doctor, I was happy to hear that you were able to say that at least you enjoy looking at your own penis. So that was a wonderful thing to hear.
I'm stuck with it.
Also, it's never spoken about that, because women mostly deal with sex, it starts in their brain as opposed to men, to focus a lot really on the weeks and days heading up to Valentine's Day or a special day, because, men don't seem to maybe realize that if you've had a terrible disagreement or something very stressful going on, leading up to, even the day before Valentine's Day. We can't just switch it all off and then, be all lovey-dovey. Thank you
that
for
makes
everything.
Sense,
so,
yeah.
How do you impress that upon men? And so thank you so much. It's great listening.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent question, and I think it falls under my category, compartmentalize. And, I'm married a very long time to the same woman, and when we have a disagreement, we have this little thing called next. So we agree to disagree, and then we say next, as in let's get on to the next thing, and don't dwell on the disagreement that we had yesterday or a week ago. Nothing is going to change. There's another, in the Jewish community, there's another way that we get around that, and we call it Jewish foreplay, which is 20 minutes of begging. So that will work on Valentine's.
There you go.
That'll work on Valentine's Day.
20 minutes of begging. The Ultimate Guide to Male Sexual Health is the book, but it sounds like the book is also being appreciated by women, correct?
Yes, I have a whole chapter specifically for women. I mean, I want every woman in the world to be a penis professor. I mean, I want every woman to know how and why and where and when the penis in her life works.
We have another phone call?
And it works both ways. Obviously, it works both ways. This is not about male chauvinism.
Right.
Good morning. You're on the air with Dr. Dudley Danoff.
Yeah, good morning, you guys.
Good morning.
I was married to one beautiful lady for 43 years and lost her, but it took me years to learn this, how to get along with her. First of all, I learned to do a lot of praying. That was the first thing. It really helped me. And second, I learned to watch my words with her. I learned to think before I spoke, and every day was Valentine's Day.
Oh.
But I learned to watch my words, and then I learned 100 different things, the little bitty things that she liked, and that really. But I was a redneck macho guy, but it took me years. But once I learned this to pray and watch my words and little things with her, it turned out to be great. Thank you.
Sounds like
Well,
good.
you know, you may have started out as a redneck, but you ended up being a very wise man. I can say that. Words do matter. You got to put your brain before your tongue, for sure.
Yeah.
And it is true. The little things do matter. You're a very wise man. That's a very good call.
Well, a great way to end the week. This is our last interview for today and for the week, so what a great way to end it, Doctor. Always good to have you on the show. What is your website?
It's The Ultimate Guide to MaleHealth.com. The Ultimate Guide to MaleHealth.com.
All right, good advice. And you yourself, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? Staying in L.A.?
Yeah, we are. I just visited my son who just moved to Nashville, so we're back in L.A., and we're going to try to hold hands and look at the stars and have a nice glass of wine, and maybe even I'll get lucky.
There you go.
Well, what's that, 20 minutes of begging? Is that all?
Yeah,
That's it.
20 minutes.
That doesn't seem like too hard of a deal. You can handle that.
Bring chocolate
Yeah.
and roses, and then you're set.
There you
20
go.
minutes of begging.
Always fun, Doctor. Thank you so much. You're always welcome. Come back anytime.
Anytime. Thank you, Larry, so much.
Always
Thank you.
fun. We'll be right back.
Okay.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine for today and quite pleasant, the high 72 to 76. Clear to partly cloudy Friday night, low 50 to 54. For Saturday, mostly sunny and a bit cooler, the highs in the 60s. For Sunday, a mix of clouds and sun, but there may be a shower in spots along the coast, the high 62 to 66. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. More humanitarian aid heading for Syria as Secretary of State John Kerry wraps up talks with foreign diplomats.
The U.S. had wanted an immediate ceasefire, and Russia wanted to wait until March 1st. A ceasefire fell short, but diplomats did agree to working toward a temporary cessation of hostilities in Syria within a week.
Fox Radio's Jessica Gall.